Hello, my lovelies. Oh, is it working? Do you think it's working, Mrs. Bramble?
I'm not sure. I think it's thinking about it.
Oh, it's thinking about it.
Oh,
there we are. Hello, my lovelies. It's so good to see you all. Well, gosh, what a day we've had.
What a day.
Let's see if some people turn up, and that would be really, really lovely. And what we'll do is get ourselves nice and comfy, Mrs. Bramble. My name's Mr. Bramble, just in case you didn't know. I'm an inventor and an explorer, and all sorts, really. And this is my lovely wife,
Mrs. Bramble. So I specialise in doing things like reading maps. I often help Mr. Bramble if he needs some maps to be read, or if there's any foraging that needs doing. So
yes,
that's why.
She's very, very good at it. Well, what we thought we'd do today is tell you a little bit of a bedtime story, because we're gonna get ourselves off to bed pretty soon.
Now
the sun is all set, and but one thing that we do like to do on the odd occasion, of course, because we can't have too many treats, is have a very nice treat: bananas stuffed with chocolate.
Did you want to go and get
Shall I go and get some?
the ingredients now?
If I go and get some, then what we'll do is we'll make some together, because I thought that might be quite nice.
That would be lovely.
Okay, give me 2 seconds, Mrs. Bramble.
I can show you how to make them. Oh, how exciting!
Oh, I know. Here we are. Now, Mrs. Bramble, if you hold that just for a second, I'm going to see what we can do on here as well. Now, sorry everybody. So, this is all new for us, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit
God,
new tech.
we don't do this. James was very good when he saw us the other day playing poo sticks down. I mean, he caught us really.
Yeah, he did really a bit.
It's fine. We were out on our daily walk for our exercise, just to get it in at the moment. Okay, that's all right. So, Mrs. Bramble, you're very good at these, I know. And after this, we want to tell you a bedtime story anyway. But I know that you're a whiz kid at this. So,
shall I show you how to make them?
Go on.
Yeah. So, we've got a couple of bananas here. I'm just going to show you with the one for now. So, we've got a little bit of foil rolled out on our tray here, and we've put the banana laid down flat.
Oh, and of course, most importantly, we've washed our hands, everybody.
We've washed our hands.
Yeah, remember, you've got to always wash your hands before you do anything with food.
So, we've got a knife here. So, if you're a young one, then you might need to get a parent to help you out.
Yeah,
with
get
this
mummy
bit.
and daddy to always give you a hand.
So I'm just going to cut into the banana here, cutting through the skin as well. So we're not taking the skin off.
God, look at that.
Just cutting
She's good
straight
at that.
through. And then we've got some chocolate here, which I'm just going to open up.
Now, we've been quite good today. So, how many squares are we going to put in, Mrs. Bramble?
Should we put 4
4?
squares in,
Oh,
Mr. Bramble?
what a treat.
So we've got some
lovely.
chocolate just here, just breaking into it. I'm just going to break it up a little bit more so that it can sit into the banana. So we're going to have to get our fingers in here a little bit.
That's all right. You keep doing that, Mrs. Bramble.
Push it in. There we go. Get the banana a little bit mushy as well.
Yeah.
So we've got 2 pieces in now. Then we've got 3 pieces in. And then finally, we've got our last bit of our banana. Right.
Oh,
so
lovely. Oh, this is so exciting.
that. Now I'm going to rip off a little bit of foil for us to wrap it up in. Oh, it's not tearing. There we go. Tear that for you, and then we're going to wrap it up like so, just so that it's all wrapped up, ready to go. Now we're going to put this one in the oven. I'm going to put our one in the oven. We were going to do them on the fire this evening, but it was a little bit windy and a little bit chilly outside.
It was.
And we didn't want to risk it. So there we go. We've
So
got
that's
one
that
done.
Oh.
Did you want to have a go?
Shall I have a go?
Yeah.
All right.
So
then.
if I
Brilliant.
pop the banana out for you, there you
Lovely.
go. So you can cut into it.
Let's do this. I'm probably not going to be as good at this.
Oh, you'll be
because you're always really good at it. Oh.
There we go. You're doing well.
Like that.
Yeah, that looks lovely.
Super.
Right, there we go. I'll break
So
some chocolate up
exciting.
for you. There we go.
Now we sometimes like to have these, and I mean we're a little bit naughty really sometimes because we have a hot chocolate as well.
Yeah.
Which is probably what we're going to do tonight. I don't think I've cut this deep enough, Mrs. Bramble.
I think if you just smush it in,
Jimmy it.
yeah, you'll be fine.
Okay.
I think it's a good smush.
There
There
we
we
go.
go. And another bit for you.
Don't be scared to get it a little bit mushy.
Yeah. Because the banana will go a bit mushy anyway when it gets
Not
baked.
a problem. Oh gosh, yeah. No, you're much better at this than me, Mrs.
So I
Bramble.
give you that many,
This is why I let you do that.
and
And then what do we do?
then you've got to tear off a bit of foil.
Is that enough?
Oh yeah, definitely. There we go.
Oh, it smells lovely, doesn't it?
Yes. And then if you wrap the banana up in the foil, it's ready to
Just
go.
like he's going to bed.
Yeah. There we go.
Now.
Lovely.
Obviously, the next bit, you're going to have to get Mummy and Daddy to give you a hand. Hello, Mandy. It's really nice to see you. You're going to have to get Mummy and Daddy to give you a hand with the oven, because obviously it gets really, really, really hot. So, Mrs. Bramble, I'll be back in a second. I'm going to put these in the oven.
Excellent. Lovely.
And then we're going to tell you a bedtime story, guys. Give me 2 seconds, and I'll just
let Mr. Bramble go off and pop them in the oven for us. I'm very excited. So we've preheated the oven beforehand, so it's just a little bit warm, so that it can nicely bake those bananas for us. So we've got a little bedtime story for you this evening. It's about what we did during the day today, isn't it?
We did. We ended up. Do you know what? We ended up having a very weird afternoon, didn't we?
We did. We did indeed.
So what happened? Oh yes, it's really good. Give me 2 seconds.
Grab a drink. Do you want me to start? So what happened was we had a phone call, and it was a phone call from Mrs. Squirrel, and she said, "Look, I'm really anxious at the moment.
It wasn't Mrs. Squirrel. It was Mrs. Hedgehog.
Oh,
you
Hedgehog.
silly Billy! It was Mrs. Hedgehog.
It's been a long
because
day
we
today.
saw the squirrel later on.
Yeah.
Go on.
So yes, Mrs. Hedgehog, she phoned us and she said, "Look, I'm really worried about things at the moment. I'm quite anxious, and I'm not that keen about going outside and going out the house. But I need some supplies, and I don't really know what to do." And we said, "Well, that's
not a problem.
You don't need to be anxious.
Exactly.
You need if you need anything at all, then you should just ask us." And she was like, "Well, I do have a few things on my list," and we said, "No problem at all.
Yeah.
If you let us know what's on your list, and then if you sort yourself out a cup of tea, sit down, relax, find your favourite book, sit by the fire.
Yeah.
You might even be able to catch Mrs. Bird's song."
Yes, and considering
because
it was so windy in the wild wood this afternoon, we thought it was going to carry right through the wood, didn't we? Probably, in fact, we could probably still hear it now if we went outside.
Yeah.
But what we also told her is that it's okay not to feel amazing all the time. If you feel a little bit anxious and a little bit scared at the moment, that's not a problem.
Yeah.
That's not a problem. The most important thing that you can do is make sure that somebody knows.
Yeah.
Tell Mummy, tell Daddy, tell Granny, tell Grandad, tell whoever's near you right now in your home. If you're feeling a little bit stressed, a little bit scared sometimes, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
But it's more important that you let someone know. Because I let Mrs. Bramble know when I'm feeling a little bit worried, don't I?
Yeah, and I let you know when I'm feeling a little bit worried.
And we talk about it, and it just makes us feel that little bit better. But what we also can do is try and help out those who are, doing the same, feeling a little bit stressed.
Yeah.
Try and be on the other end of it and give people a hand. So that's what we ended up doing. Because obviously at the moment we've got to stay inside and everything like that. But the weather's been so nice, we've been doing lots of gardening. I mean, Mrs. Bramble has been really busy in the greenhouse today. Goodness me, I'll share it. In fact, I'll ask James if he can give me a hand, because this whole live thing is quite new to us.
Yeah.
But he can post up what Mrs. Bramble's been doing in the greenhouse, because it's been amazing. Anyway, back to our story. So, what was it that Mrs. Hedgehog needed? It was
bread.
Yeah.
Milk.
Yeah.
And nuts.
And nuts. That was it. So we decided to put our heads together and combine our walk going out to stretch our legs and get our exercise, where James caught us, doing it yesterday and playing boo sticks in the stream, we decided that while we were out for our walk, we would try and think of some friends who were nearby who might be able to get us some of those things that Mrs. Hedgehog needed. So, who was it that we saw first?
It was Mr. Squirrel. That was where I was getting confused.
That was it, yes. And he was up in his tree, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Now, Mrs. Bramble, very cleverly, reminded us, of course, that Mr. Squirrel has been hoarding his nuts already.
Because had a hoard left over from last winter.
He never stops bragging about it, does he?
Yeah, I know, right?
But what he's done is he started putting his hoard of nuts together, ready for winter this year. And he was more than happy to share some, especially considering it was Mrs. Hedgehog and it's a really good friend of his. And you did something nice for him, though, in return, didn't you?
Yeah, I before we'd headed out, I thought, you know what, I'm going to take some jam with me, just in case we need to do a swap on some things. And, well, Mr. Squirrel really likes my homemade jam.
He does.
So we gave him a pot of homemade jam in return for the nuts that he handed to us.
So, of course, he was more than happy when we left him. Now, who did we see after that?
It was the farmer.
That was it. Now, the farmer and I go way, way back. And it must have been a couple of years ago now, I made him a self-driving tractor. So, of course, he owed me a bit of a favour.
He did.
And was more than happy to get some milk from his cows, because he's got loads of cows in a field just at the edge of the wildwood, which is where we live in our little cottage. And Mandy rightfully pointed out we've got our fairy lights up in here as well, because it's getting a little bit darker now.
Yeah.
So, he said that he was more than happy to give us some milk, and also, really kindly, said that he would pop in and just sort of knock on Mrs. Hedgehog's door and then run back up to her gate and see if she was okay. And if she needed any more milk, then she could always call him directly and get some, which was really, really kind of him, I thought.
That was really lovely.
That was really nice. And then, who else did we see?
We saw the baker.
Fred the bread baker. Oh, I mean, he doesn't just bake bread, but for some reason, the village know him as Fred the bread baker. What did we do for Fred?
I'd helped him out with his deliveries. He was having trouble making time. He was turning up late to do his deliveries. And he said to me one time, he said, I just don't know what's going wrong, It just seems to take so long to get round. And I said, no problem at all. Show me where your deliveries are. Let's have a look on a map and we'll see if we can sort it for you. And we managed to find him some shortcuts.
We did, yes. Well, you're very good at reading a map, Mrs. Bramble. But, so he gave us some bread, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Which was very, very, very nice of him. And then, we finished our walk, didn't we? We had a very, very quick game of poo sticks.
We did.
We had to cross the stream again anyway. And on our way back round from doing our walk and collecting all of our things, and it was really nice to obviously see our friends, but we kept our distance. We made sure that we were, listening to what especially, obviously, your mummy and daddy are going to be telling you at the moment. And on our way back, because obviously Mrs. Hedgehog lives near us in the wood, we dropped the things off, didn't we? So we got to the edge of her garden wall, and it was me.
Yeah,
wasn't
you
it?
popped down.
We got our basket, and I popped down, knocked on Mrs. Hedgehog's door, and then left her stuff on the doorstep, and ran back up and joined you at the other side of the garden wall, and she kind of scurried out, didn't she?
Yeah, she gave us a wave. Thanks very much for what we've done for her.
And we waved back and we said, obviously, anytime, you know where we are, and if you get scared and you get anxious and you feel a bit stressed, just give us a call. And don't forget, you can call the farmer, or you can call Fred, or you can call upon your friend the squirrel. They're all here to listen, and all here to make sure that you're okay.
Yeah.
And so, we popped back to our house. We've just settled down now. Yes. We're going to be going to bed very, very soon. I think our bananas and chocolate are probably going to be ready any minute now. But what we're going to do is probably get hot chocolate as well and go to bed.
Yeah.
How about that, Mrs. Bramble?
That
sounds like a really
very
good
lovely. Yeah.
Because we've had a really busy day, and we hope that you've all had a lovely day as well. And I'm obviously, given that it's about 7:15 now, I suspect it's probably bedtime for quite a few of you. So what we'll do is we're going to go now. It was really nice to speak to you all, though, and we hope that we can come back and tell you another bedtime story soon. We'll keep you posted. We'll make sure that, obviously, James keeps you in the loop with what we're up to as well, Mr. and Mrs. Bramble at bedtime. So, we're going to head off now, my lovelies, and we will see you again for another bedtime story very, very soon. Make sure that Mummy and Daddy, obviously, sort of playing outside, especially given that it's nice weather with you guys. But make sure that you just listen to what they're saying and stay safe inside. Stay safe.
At home.
Wash your hands. Make sure that you're listening to everything they're saying. And we'll see you again really, really soon, guys.
Yeah.
All right. It was really lovely to see you all. We'll see you soon. Bye now.
Lovely to see you.
Bye.